Hey there! Are you bored or looking for some painting ideas? Don't worry, I've got you covered. Today I've got some more gouache painting ideas for you. I also have very exciting news, and that my gouache course extended is finally open again. But only for short, very short period of time. The doors are only gonna be open for 1 week. So if you want to sign up for that course, now is the time. This course will take you from being a complete beginner at gouache or struggling with the medium to painting confidently with it. I will show you how to get the right consistency, how to layer the paint, tips and tricks on how to use it, and there are 4 specific tutorials in the course, so you have actual paintings to show for that you can post on Instagram or show to your friends and family. The doors are only going to be open until October 7th. After that, you can no longer buy the course. If you enroll before October 2nd, then you can get 50% off with the code EARLYBIRD. Gouache is honestly my favorite paint medium, and I wish that there had been an extended course like this when I first started. To this day, I don't think that anything like this is out there because I've looked for it everywhere, and I went into the history of it a little bit and actually how to use the medium. For the first one, I'm going to use acrylic gouache. Of course, you can also use traditional gouache for this. And I'm going to pick my palette. I wanted to use a limited color palette and chose some purple and some green tones and of course a white tone. And then I started with my background. Since I'm using acrylic gouache here, I am using quite a lot of paint for the background. If you're using traditional gouache, I recommend starting with a very thin layer for the background. This is gonna make layering much easier. But I'm just making this background with different green tones, as you can see here, and kind of blending them. The blending would be easier actually with traditional gouache, so everything has its pros and cons. And you can see that I'm starting to paint some purple circles, and these are going to be grapes. I thought that this would be very fitting with the page on the left. I imagine that those are the kind of mountains or hills that the grapevines grow on. I think it kind of fits together, and of course because of the color scheme it's a very similar one, so this is where I'm going with here. And I wanted to have it more of a simplified look, so this is going to be mostly circles in different colors. We have some of them that are green, those are the grapes that are not yet ripe of course, and then we have different varieties of purple tones, and I just did more and more circles over and over. Ideally, you would wait until each one is dry before you layer. I'm always a little bit impatient, so sometimes I don't completely wait. And you can see I also added a stem, and now I'm starting to do some highlights. You could do more of them if you wanted to. Again, I wanted to keep it somewhat simple, so I just did a few highlights here and there just to drive home the point that those are circular. And this is already our first idea. Now for the next one, I'm actually fixing something that I've already started, and I feel like gouache is a really good medium to do this with. Whether you're using acrylic or traditional gouache, doesn't matter. It is both opaque and you can paint over whatever you have going on your page. I started this painting with water-soluble crayons, and I was just not liking how it was turning out. And I was actually starting to paint this plein air. It was months ago when we went to the botanical gardens at the beginning of spring actually. And it took me until now to kind of finish this painting. And at this point, I just don't want to continue with the water-soluble crayons. I didn't have enough time to finish the painting painting at the botanical gardens, and now I'm kind of over the medium, and so I painted over it with gouache. I didn't completely cover everything. I wanted some of the rougher textures to be still visible, mainly with the background and a little bit with the greenery at the bottom, but otherwise I painted over the stuff and added in some details. Mixed media stuff like that can be really fun sometimes, and I actually got really excited about this painting again, even though I had abandoned it for so many months. So if you're somewhere stuck with some kind of painting, I recommend just try adding another medium. This is on watercolor paper, so it works really well with both mediums actually. And I had a lot of fun going over this, just adding in a few details. And with acrylic gouache, it's just so much easier to get details than with water-soluble crayons. So this was really fun for me, and I love how it overall turned out. Again, you could also use traditional gouache for this. Maybe it would have been even better for it because it's easier to blend, but I already had my palette here, and this was a very similar palette to the first one, so this is what I did and this is how it turned out. Then on the other page, I wanted to go with a similar color scheme again. We're going more into a blue tint here, but still keeping it with the purple tones, and I kind of did a gradient at first. Again, if you're not using acrylic gouache, then make sure you're not using too much paint. Thin down your paint more for the first layers, because covering it up here, what I'm doing right now, could be much harder if you have a lot of paint. It's much harder because you're going to reactivate that. I explain all of those things in detail in my course, by the way. So if you're ever struggling with reactivating the previous layer or just layering in general, getting the right paint consistency, blending, things like that, you're definitely not alone. Most people struggle with this stuff when they first start out with gouache. And I used to struggle with these things for sure. So I made sure that I put all of the things that I know and have learned over the years into the course. You can see that I now created a gradient, and these are of course clouds, and I wanted this dreamy kind of landscape. So now in the foreground I'm adding in a fence, and I'm going with this very dark blue tone again here. And I just made sure that the fence was somewhat straight. I'm actually quite happy with the job that I did because I was not using a ruler, and it is somewhat straight. I think it looks good. And I wanted it to be this kind of broken fence though, so I didn't want it to look perfect. I wanted it to look like it was kind of already falling apart. So we have the more broken pieces on the left, and you can kind of see like the landscape coming through and the bushes growing, and it kind of tells a little bit more of a story that way. And I also added in a moon and some stars, and then we already have a finished landscape. This is what the page spread looked like now. And now I'm doing something that's more on the simple side, and I'm using Hahnemühle gouache. So if you're using cheap gouache, you can do this, and I have a few tips for that as well. I am now painting some bunnies, and I had a lot of fun with this. I'm not sure if I'm very happy with how it turned out. I might review this at one point and do it again, but I feel like it's a fun idea to just paint some different animal heads, basically. This time I did bunnies. I feel like it would also be very cute with cats or any other animal, honestly. So you can see that I am currently painting my first bunny, and I was using the gouache almost like watercolors here because it was fairly thin, not too thin because we don't want it to look too splotchy, but I'm not going to go overboard with the layering on this piece. And if you find that your gouache is a little bit too blotchy. You really have to work on getting the right consistency there, and that kind of depends on your brand. It depends on your paint to water ratio. Again, if you struggle with this, you're definitely not alone. And I am painting the bunnies in different colors, as you can see. I have different brown and tan tones, and I have some gray tones. I wanted to have bunnies with floppy ears and with the straight ears. I think that the floppy ones are so cute, honestly. I used to own bunnies, but I never had one with floppy ears. So maybe one day. They're just so cute. I would love to own bunnies again at one point, but I feel like I would need a lot more space. And we also have the cats. So right now it's just not doable, but at one point I would love to have bunnies again. They're just the cutest, and if you ever get a bunny, make sure you get two because one gets very lonely. And yeah, that's my story about bunnies. I used to have them for years. The oldest one turned 10 years old actually, so they can get pretty old. So don't get them on a whim. Really make sure that you actually want them and are committed if you do. You can see that I'm now painting some carrots around it as well, just to fill the page a little bit and to really drive home the point that yes, these are bunnies. And of course, we kind of need a carrot. Those go together and it kind of makes sense. So I painted 3 carrots. You can see 2 at this point. I added in another one later as well. And you can see that I kind of went back and forth with my bunnies because I waited for stuff to dry, and in between I painted another layer where things were already dry, and I was struggling a little bit with the paper. Here I am using the Etchr Perfect Sketchbook, and I kind of realized that sometimes my paints bleed in ways where they shouldn't, and it's just not something that has ever happened to me before with gouache, so it has to be the paper. So I also made a few mistakes on this page. If you can spot them, I kind of fixed all of them. And yeah, just filling the page, like I said. I also added in 2 hearts that just make it a little bit cuter and fill it up a little bit. And I thought that it needed a background, so I used this green teal color, but it was very blotchy. So I added in a good amount of white. If you have very cheap gouache, this could be a good idea. And I'm now filling the background and it looks way less blotchy already. It's still not perfect, but this was a quick sketch, so I'm fine with it. And I feel like adding a background is always such a good idea in a sketchbook because it kind of frames everything and fills the composition. I really like this. When I'm not 100% happy with my composition, I will totally, absolutely add a background, but I just do it even if I'm happy with the composition sometimes. It just makes everything look like a sticker, and since those are very much on the doodly kind of side, this looks kind of cute as a sticker. And now I'm using this same color for the next landscape. And I was kind of going back and forth a little bit with this one. At first, I had in mind that everything would have an even color, no gradients or anything, but I completely changed that later on, as you're gonna see. But overall, it's a fairly simple landscape, and I'm mostly happy with how it turned out. It's not the favorite painting that I've ever done before, but I'm happy with how it turned out. By the way, both of these paintings, the one on the left and the one that I'm doing right now, got a lot of views on my Instagram reels. So I might be doing more reels where you can see the process in the future. It's often hard to record reels and YouTube videos at the same time. And I do prioritize my YouTube videos, so I will always make sure that those have the best footage and I record those always. But the reels are more of a here and there if I can manage to also do it kind of thing. But I feel like it's really fun to see the quicker gouache paintings as well, where the process is just much quicker and you can see the result very quickly. But also I love the long form content of YouTube. So in conclusion, I'm gonna keep on doing both. But yeah, I'm glad that those two paintings were so well received, especially since I'm not that happy with them. But I mean, they are okay. Most of the time, the pieces that I don't like as much are perceived very well. And also the other way around. If I really love a piece, chances are that people are not gonna love it as much as me, or in comparison to my other pieces, not gonna love them as much. So it's really a matter of taste. Everyone has a completely different taste. You can see now I have added in some trees that are just circles in different colors and then filled the background with this darker blue tone. And I'm filling in the house in the foreground. Like I said, this is fairly simple, and I feel like this would be a good start for a beginner. And I'm using this very light tan color for the house. I didn't want to leave it white, but I wanted it a light color. So this is where things are starting to go downhill. And I really want to try this idea again at one point with the reflections that are kind of bubbly. Maybe I should try this digitally and just switch things around and try it in different ways, because I really, really hated how this was turning out in the end. So all of that I'm doing right now will be removed. I just did not like the reflections. I did more layers for my trees, and I painted the roof of my house. All of these things were fine. Just the reflection in the water, I don't know. I just really didn't like how it was turning out in the end. Somewhere it all went downhill. It got too much, and I decided to just screw it, blend it all in. This is water-soluble gouache, so no matter how long it has been dry, if you're using a wet brush, you can still blend it. And that's what I did here. I just blended everything together basically and was pretty much done with my experiment. I feel like there was something there. Like the idea was there, the execution was lacking in this instance. I mean, painting is about experimentation and trying things out, and sometimes they work out the way that you want them to, and sometimes they don't, and that's okay too. I have in the past found some ideas that I really liked, but I really hated the execution, so I've tried them again and again, and sometimes the third time they turned out really, really cool. So if you have a cool idea and it just doesn't turn out the way that you want it to, it's okay. Try it again in a different way. So I might do the reflection thing with these bubbly things. I don't know how to describe this. I might do this in a different way in the future, but for now I kept it more on the simple side. I added in some branches and some greenery in the foreground as well. I used black for that, and I painted the details of the house. It kind of looks like the house has a face. I have to say this because my girlfriend would definitely see that face. So you can see now I'm adding in more foreground branches and of course our moon and stars sky. I have so many of these skies with stars. At one point I have to stop doing this. Seriously, I have painted so many of these. This is how this turned out. And if you want even more gouache ideas, as well as specific advice on how you can achieve certain results, then check out the Gouache Extended course. The doors will not be open again this year. It's definitely gonna be a while until you can enroll in it again. So if you're interested, definitely do not miss it.